Hello traders, Rich here, and here's a quick but detailed update on GBPUSD. As usual, if you like video analysis, let me know in the comments or simply leave a like. So let's get started. As we clearly see and as per my last picture analysis, we were waiting for GBPUSD to approach this upper area to look for sell setups because it's lining up with this previous resistance and the upper trend line acting as a non-horizontal resistance zone. That's why we'll be looking for this sell. Of course, as we trade lower, we have this support we'll be looking for buy setups. But for now, let's take it step by step around the resistance. So we are looking for some setups on lower time frames. From H4 time frame, from a market structure perspective, we need to see a break below this major low for the bears to take over. Of course, in this case, as we retest for a correction, we'll be looking for a trend following sell. Meanwhile, since we are approaching an overbought zone, a strong resistance, we'll be looking for this short-term sell, just like previously this and this as well. So it would be a correction bearish movement. If you zoom in even lower to M30 time frame, we can see that GBPUSD has been trading inside this rising broadening wedge. So as per my trading style, for the bears to prove to us that they are strong enough to take over, we need to see a new swing low to form around the lower trend line and then a break below it. In this case, this would be our trigger, and I'll be selling on a momentum candle close below this new low. Of course, when the sell is activated, the stop loss would be above the previous swing high, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio to have an edge over the market from a risk management perspective, which would be around this major low from H4 time frame. Of course, meanwhile, until the bears take over for the sell to be activated, GBPUSD can still trade higher and higher inside the resistance before we trade lower. That's why we always wait for the bears to take over. In this case, we'll be waiting for this low break downward. But for now, this is what I'm waiting for as per the current market conditions. Before we continue, I want to tell you about Tickmill. Tickmill is established in 2014 and is one of the leading Forex and CFD brokers with registered users from more than 200 different countries. Tickmill is a no-dealing desk and ECN broker regulated in many countries like the UK, Cyprus, and recently in South Africa. With Tickmill, you can trade a wide range of instruments, starting from Forex to indices, commodities, and even crypto. Most importantly, with very low spreads and trading fees. If you don't have an account yet, make sure to create one using my referral link in the description below to benefit from 5% discounts on your trading fees. And let's continue. As we clearly see and as per my last picture analysis, we know that AUDJPY has been overall bearish, making lower lows and lower highs trading inside this bearish channel. However, we are currently approaching the lower bound of the channel, which is the lower trend line, acting as a non-horizontal support, lining up with this support zone and demand zone as well. That's why as we approach this area, we'll be looking for reversal buy setups. Meanwhile, zoom into H4 time frame, we can see that this latest impulse movement pushing price lower is engulfed by this bearish channel. So we are also bearish from a short-term perspective. That's why we'll be looking for trend following sell setups, of course, unless we break above this channel. In this case, the correction would start as I showed you from daily time frame. So long story short, we are currently retesting this upper trend line, lining up with this previous lows. We are looking for a trend following, and then we'll be looking for buy setups around this lower bound. If you zoom into H1 time frame, we have been bearish and we are currently in a correction phase just like the previous like impulse movements, and we are looking for this impulse. So previously a correction, impulse started, and so on, right? So for the bearish impulse to start, we need to see a break below this zone. In this case, I'll be waiting as usual for a momentum candle close below this area. We can even see it better if you want from a 30 time frame. This would be our trigger as usual for those who know me, and the stop loss would be above the previous swing high, and we target a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio, which would be around our demand zone and support zone. Of course, meanwhile, until the bears take over again to start the next impulse movement, AUDJPY would be in a correction and can still trade higher and higher before trading lower or even break this trend line upward. Best of luck, and I'll see you hopefully on the next one.